joined and you have no idea why you're here and you have no understanding of what you are sharing. Well, that's okay, because it just shows you how excellent our training is. Talk about the product, we don't talk about any of that. All we do is share our value, and people are buying into your value. Yeah, and yes, it is lockdown over in the UK. I feel like I'm on the radio. But I'm going to make this really simple and straightforward, so you could share with your team, share with whoever you need to share this with, and it's going to be generic because there's going to be no mention of a company name. It's just going to be the fact that what you're basically sharing is your value. People are buying into your value. And what do I mean by that? Basically, people struggle in this industry. So many years I've struggled to, get things working for me. Like, I didn't really understand it before, and then I started to look at it, and I started to realize that after I joined, Access a Millionaire Mentoring, which I will share, our mentors shared something that made sense to me. It's like, well, why join an online marketing business, network marketing, affiliate marketing business, and not follow the strategies that the people at the top are using, and think to yourself that you're going to be able to build a team of 100, 200, or 1,000 people in your team in a year to 2 years without using what they're doing. And one thing they all do is they gather people like how we're doing right now. Yes, it may not be that many people on this call right now, but the person that's talking is the one that's making the money. And that's clearly what's happening right now. And that shows you something. So take on board what I'm actually saying to you, because the person that's actually talking, i.e. myself, who you're watching, which will be my clone, is the one who's making the money, who's actually getting the results. And you're on here because you want to know how. Well, first of all, if you're not doing this, then you ain't making any money. And when I first started, I wasn't doing this, but I still made money. And the reason why I made money is because I just followed everything I was showed. When I got brought in, I didn't understand the hell I was in. All I knew is that I had done a partnership with my business partner, in regards to the fact that when he brought me in, he saw my value and he wanted me as a coach, and he wanted to know how he could get me as a coach. And at the time, I was marketing myself as a coach. Which I was doing. I was coaching people. Let's just be fair with it, yeah? Hello, everyone. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Tom, and everyone else on the call. And for those of you watching on the replay, I have put you all on mute. You will be able to ask questions. You can actually jump on questions in regards to that, and you can actually leave a question in the chat box conversation, so it just doesn't get messy and there's no talking. And we're going to be doing this in half an hour. So if anything you want me to cover, just drop it into the chat messaging, and I'm going to jump on and I'll see it on my other device, because we do this from phones. I'm on my phone, Samsung S8 Plus. So I'm not on a laptop, I am on my phone, and I am now joining in to watch the chat box so I can see your conversation on here. Okay, so if you have a question you want to ask, just ask away. But I'm going to make this really, really straightforward for you. So basically, you both, well, some of you, let me just put it, let's not even mention names. You've all joined Millionaire Mentoring, and you all know why you joined. And the reason why you joined was because we asked you how serious was you regarding your dream, your vision. It wasn't about what we had to offer, it was about you. And I'm pretty sure 100%, 100,000% is the reason why you joined, because you saw the vision, you saw your vision, and that was what you saw. But not only that, you also saw the vision of the person sharing this with you. Because if they were following the training, they would not have talked about the business, they would not have broken it down, they would not have gone into storytelling with you. Now, when I joined one of my network marketing businesses, I literally got told so much information that I struggled to remember it all and obtain it and be able to talk about my business, because I felt like every time I got on a call with someone, when I wanted to get someone into the business, I had to start pitching and selling my business. And this is what a lot of people, the issues that people get within this industry, is that they feel they need to sell. We don't sell, we share value. What does value sharing look like? We'll go into that very, very soon. And like I said, half an hour, so I'm really, really time conscious on this. And I do want to answer all your questions, and I want it to be clear, crystal clear, exactly what you are sharing when you're sharing the opportunity for people to access Millionaire Mentoring, what that actually looks like. First and foremost, the number one person in the room is not me, you. You are the valuable person. You are the person who has the vision. You're the one who sees the person. And this is why it's so important that you write down who is your business partner. Who do you want to be in business with? Now, it's going to be fast paced, but you can always watch it on the replay, and you can pause it, record, write down notes, You know, I really want to cram in as much value as possible. But not only that, I want to answer your questions because I understand where you are, because I was in the same position. When I got brought in, no offense to the person that brought me in, I had no idea what I was sharing. I was like, well, what am I sharing? And when I came in through Millionaire Mentoring. My access, what I wanted was to access Millionaire Mentoring. I wanted to access the blueprint to 1K days online. No, that's not what I thought was possible. I didn't even think I could be able to make 1K. So for me, it wasn't that wasn't my focus. My focus was building my business, my travel business. That was what I was looking to build. I was looking to build my network marketing business. I wanted to make money from there. So when I made my first, you know, sharing the opportunity with someone, I was like, oh my God, this is possible. And then I started to focus more on this because I wanted to, you know, to make it much more simple. We are just having a conversation. A conversation is all we're doing, is having a conversation. And a lot of people struggle with having a conversation. I'm sure you've now encountered that. A lot of people will put a thumb up, they'll put emojis, they'll put GIFs, and they will really avoid having a conversation, which doesn't make any sense because they don't understand our business model is friendships for life. Okay, is that fair? You can nod your heads or leave a comment. I'm seeing it all. Okay, so I've got here on the questions, this is live interactive. So for those of you watching on the replay, this is live and interactive, and this is for my team and for other people that's within our team, you know, for support is the best way to put it. So I've got the first one, which says, can you explain what our business opportunity is about? Well, no, I'm not going to do that, because the reason being is the fact that I've been pretty much sharing it with you now. We don't really focus on that. What we focus on is accessing Millionaire Mentoring. So we're accessing 2 millionaire mentors, yeah, that are set for life, don't really need to do this anymore. 60 years experience in regards to marketing. So when you do the training, going through the training, you've got 3 videos. You've also got a manual as well, which is shared with you when you join our community. When you join Millionaire Mentoring, the person that welcomed you in will do a welcome post, which I did with all of you on this call, and whoever brought you into this would have done a welcome message for you, and it's there. So when you got your picture above, will say, this is the actions, the steps that you need to take. So there is an elite manual. I have mine on PDF, but you can download it very easy. And it will give you step-by-step information, step-by-step in regards to what you need to do. Now, the reason why some of you are on this call is because you don't have someone who's the person that brought you in is obviously doing something else, and they're not really paying attention to this, what we have to offer anymore, because they see their own value and they're doing what we've been trained to do. Branch free from Millionaire Mentoring and provide your own products and services and your own value, you know, and be a leader within what you do, you know. And every single person that's on this call that showed up is a leader, you know. You all have value. So what you really want to be doing is, every time you've had a conversation with someone, I've actually realized, I'm not sure how to have this conversation with, is that when I actually got off Facebook and I actually started to talk to people in the public or on the phone or, you know, on other social media platforms, I realized I didn't have the same kind of effect. And the reason being is because no one could see my value. They just see me as me. They don't see my post. And the thing is, what we do is attraction marketing. So therefore, what I'm going to do now is move straight to my post and show you exactly how we do what we do. But at the same time, I want to answer your questions as well and cover everything. So how it all links together. Cool, that's cool. So basically, you're accessing Millionaire Mentoring, and then within Millionaire Mentoring, you're going into our supportive community, which I will share. And here we have it. So here we are. Welcome post will come in, and we're gonna have a look. This is I've never been in a community where there's so much energy and so much support within different. You know, with me being in other communities where I've been in my network marketing business, everyone is really on a scarcity. A lot of people on scarcity, and they do not want to share their value. They don't want to share their results. They don't want to share with you, you know, how they're getting the results they're getting. And it can be a very cold environment. And if you've never been in network marketing or affiliate marketing before, you may not understand. But this is where, see, like, we're getting loads of training. And what I tend to do is I stay tapped into this community all the time. I'm here. Oh, it's there. So, hold on a second. Here it is. So here, use this one. So basically, if I go to a welcome post, you will have Millionaire Mentoring Black Ops Family. You can access the Black Ops Training Vault. So if I go here, welcome. So now, we never had this before. This is so much more better than what we had before. So this basically explains what's happened, 3.5 million in the team commissions and income stream alone. Additional to our students have gone on to rise to the top of the leaderboards, you know, so this is very beneficial. We sign into our login, and I'm not going to go into signing in right now, but you can do that. And then you've got if you go to units, where is it? Files. You have all of this here. Not a lot of people know about this, and it should be explained to you by the person that brought you in. And if it hasn't been explained to you by myself, shortly would be, and I'm already explaining it to you now. But the one thing is sometimes what's self-explanatory might not be self-explanatory for everyone. But one thing I will say to you is when you're sharing Millionaire Mentoring, you're not sharing Millionaire Mentoring directly. What you are sharing is your value. Foremost is your value. Because for whatever reason, say for example, our mentors were going to decide that they didn't want to do mentoring no more, which clearly is not going to be happening anyway. But if they were to decide that, you know, or for example, your business that you're in now, business opportunity you're in, you didn't have an understanding of why you're in, you know, why you're in it, and then all of a sudden the business just crashes. If you understand that your value is the most important thing, and that's why people's joined you in business, they're going to stay with you. They will move with you. I've had people that's joined me within Millionaire Mentoring that were in other things that I was doing or worked with me in a job when I was working a job. So they will understand, you know, that you have value and they want to stay with you because they know, like, and trust you, you know. And I'm going to be opening up the call because I think it will be much more effective. I'll be doing that shortly, so you can actually interact and, you know, ask questions at the same time, which will probably be more powerful as well. So I'm going to be doing that shortly. Okay, so I've got here, yes, I have a vision, but it wasn't to sell a program. It was one-on-one personal development, mindset development. Yep, and that's what you get with whoever brought you in. Hopefully they brought you in and they're supporting you. So one thing you really want to be doing, and our gentleman on here on this call, Tom, he's done an amazing post in regards to, you know, Facebook groups and the value of Facebook groups. So you really want to have a Facebook group and you want it to grow organically. You want people to be wanting to join. So you got 23 member requests, people wanting to join, and it's growing organically. And this is what you want. You know, some of the people are already in our business, but the majority of the people here are not, and they're all waiting to join the group. You know, so one thing I've learned is to really stand in front of everyone and to give something much more than anyone else is to welcome people into your community. A lot of groups, I'm actually going to unmute call. Hold on, let's see how I'll do this. So if I come out of chats, I'm just going to unmute everyone but don't all talk at the same time because that's not going to be helpful. If you've got a question or you're not sure about something, you can, you know, ask. You can unmute yourself, I think. So have a look and see if you can unmute yourself. Let's have a look if I can unmute you. I don't know if I can do it on this device. Nope, can't do it on that. Oh, there you go. Cool. So is it self-explanatory so far? Are you happy?
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, yeah, I'm through.
Yeah, really good, Andrew. Thank you for that. Brilliant. As always, your you know, leadership in this is fantastic. Thank you.
You're most welcome. One thing that people tend to do, which I've noticed a lot, no names mentioned, I never mention a name, is some people get so good at something, they start bringing people in fast. But just because you bring people in fast does not mean you lose what you was shown how to do. And that's helping people. One thing our mentor does, and I will mention his name, Darren Little, is he trains his team. People are like, oh, why can't I access this special training? Because it's for his team only. They came into his team. So therefore he's gonna not share anything different. He's still sharing the same value, but he's sharing it with his team because they joined him directly. Now, that doesn't mean don't feel disheartened, because what Darren's doing is exactly what we should be doing, exactly what I'm doing right now with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Could I ask a question, please?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Fire away. No, that's why I opened up the call.
It's brilliant. Thank you. It's linking with what Victoria said, and I'll tag in with that if that's okay, because then it's kind of both of us into understanding. So there's obviously there's a bit of a change going behind the scenes between Exodus and Black Ops, which has kicked up a bit of unusual sort of vibes, I think, in various groups, a bit of unclarity.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
But also, I feel like it's still not clear. Like this millionaire mentoring, I don't see that brand anywhere. I don't really see what that is or understand what that is, because everything's Black Ops, and then everyone keeps talking about this millionaire mentoring.
Okay, so I get where the confusion is. Black Ops is the branding. Black Ops is the branding, but Black Ops, the branding is Black Ops, but that is what millionaire mentoring is. One thing that's been happening a lot more than when I first joined is there's live millionaire mentoring, which is, well, live Facebook lives within the actual community within Black Ops.
See, that still confuses me. It's just not clear.
Okay, so basically Black Ops. All right, so Victoria, for your example, what's your brand? What's your brand? Is it your Facebook group name?
Yeah.
Okay, so say you was a multimillionaire and your group is called what?
Be victorious.
Be victorious. So say, for example, people joined you in business. They're joining you as a multimillionaire and your branding is Be Victorious. So they're accessing millionaire mentoring via Victoria, yeah? And your branding is Be Victorious.
Right, okay.
Marketing is the branding to which is registered and all of that, and that's the branding that they go by. So when they go Black Ops Live, it will be, that's the branding. But behind the branding,
same thing.
Yes, it's basically the same thing.
Right.
Is that clear? Because I had the same issue as well, Victoria, so you can smile now. Yeah. But this lady she's got such a big smile usually. I can get your frustration. I understand it.
No, it's other things going on. It is this, but I've got other things going on. But
I understand that. We all got so much going on, and with everything that's happening right now, currently, with this whole lockdown, globally in some places, it's not easy because it's like a pressure cooker. You can't go and get away like you want to. I mean, we went to the park, me and my daughter and her mother, and there was a sign on the tennis court that said we couldn't go in there no more. And we've been going there as a family, not playing tennis, but just skipping. She rides a bike. We just do exercise within the tennis court. And now that freedom's been taken away from us. So all of us are going through this together, and we're not getting haircuts. So we're looking really shaggy, and I'm looking. Do you remember me looking like this when you first remember? Like, my branding's gone. I don't even look the same. I've got hair, and it's annoying.
Can I ask another question, please? If you
go on, yeah. It's not leave the subjects. Go on.
So, one of my challenges, which I totally understand, I feel like the whole concept of Black Ops is about mindset. So I get it. That's the core. Now, a challenge that I have is on every single training that I've seen, we're talking about the training is the 3 videos to watch. Some of that's like 6-7 years old, and the talking about the examples and giving the examples about the homeless chap as one of the trainings is talking about, if someone says, I don't really have the money, and say, well, this homeless guy got the money, but that was 5 years ago or more, and where is the homeless guy now? And
the homeless guy is actually joined back. You're talking about Jeff Niket.
Sorry, 1 second. And so for people when they're new in this journey, we keep getting told how good Samuel is. However, Samuel has been doing this for years, and people have been doing this for years. So when we're new to it, and we're talking about 8-year-old videos and examples from 5 years ago, and then being referenced as, well, if Samuel can do it, you can all do it, and he's been doing it for a few years. It's like when you're new into this, you feel like you need carrying to some extent, but just a bit more guidance and a bit more
definitely. I agree
reference with that. To modern.
Okay,
like
and
if someone says, I don't have the money, and he says, well, I found $2.3 million because I got raised. Do you think I just sat there? That doesn't help me. I'm trying to find $1,000. I'm trying to find $500.
I've got a really good example of this, all right? There's been many people, I would say about 3 to maybe 5 people's joined Millionaire Mentoring who I've spoken to, who I've got to near enough a 10. And then they've joined maybe Samuel, they've joined somebody else. Like, for example, David Linares.
Yeah, David Linares.
Me and him had a really good conversation. And the funniest thing about our conversation was my ego was just all over the place. It was too much at the time. And his was as well. So we clashed. I literally unfriended him. We had a disagreement. I didn't like that he thought he was like, oh, I've got way more likes than you, I've got more comments than you. He's a lovely guy. At the same time, I never had engagement at the time. And at the time, I looked at him and thought he didn't need this. But what we don't tend to look at is ourself. So where I'm at now is that when I started I really wanted to just get the training and just get on board and just do what I needed to do, because I know I've been doing this for some time and I know I've got a lot of value to give and I know what I'm about. But at the same time, what I found is that I didn't really know what I was doing, same as you at the time when I first started. And it's very important that the person that brings you in helps you. But if they don't show you, or they do help you and they're not coachable and they're doing everything wrong themselves, i.e. the person that brought me in, not mentioning names. But the point is, I got so thrown away. I was like, all right, you already know what you're doing, so you just go on with it. You know what I mean? And then everyone else I was with that he had brought in, they didn't know what they were doing. I eventually had to break free from that group because I didn't feel I was gaining any value from it. Now, what I'm sharing with you is the fact that sometimes when people bring you in, it's not always like, no matter how good the training is, they may not be bringing you in because they want to provide value. They're just looking to provide value to their pocket is the best way to put it. Because if you're in a situation where you don't understand what's going on, like with me and Victoria, you know, when she jumped on board, I've been, like, Victoria can vouch for it, I've been working with her side by side, you know, as much as possible within when she's available, respecting her personal space, right, Victoria?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You know, and for you, Tom, you know, no one needs to know the situation with that. But as soon as you reached out to me, I was like, you know what, Tom, me and you see eye to eye. I love the way you welcomed me to you, and you did a video, and it reminded me of me. So that's where I built a rapport with you. So one thing I've learned is that everyone wants something differently in different quantities, regardless of the situation that it may be that we've connected together. We all want things differently, but the same thing we all want, and that is to learn to generate leads. Yeah, which is generating leads is your engagement on your post. Okay. Now, the first things first, in order for that to happen, is you need to have an audience. Now, in order to have an audience, you need to know, who do you want to be in business with? Do you want to be with the, I don't know. I don't want to think people in boxes, but we're just going to do it. So do you want to be with a person that's always watching sports, as friendly, as nicely as it is, that picks their nose? You know, is that someone you would want to go on holiday with, that eats their bogey, you know, just to make it really, really gross and grotesque? Or do you want to be with someone who's, you know, suave, sophisticated, you know, family orientated, is just me? I love people who has a family. I attract people that have a family. Tom, you have a family. Victoria, have a family. A majority of my team have a family. You know, so you want to know who you want to be in business with first. That's the most important thing, Tom, Victoria, and everyone else is watching this. You want to know, who do you want to be in business with? Because the most important thing is, regardless of, we've got access to Million Momentum, which is pretty cool when you do access it and you do go into Black Ops, is that people are joining you, not Darren. They're not joining Ari. They're not joining Samuel. They are joining you. So I understand the frustration. What are you sharing? Okay, the videos are old, but it works. Everything in those old videos worked. It's what's helped me to be able to generate income. This is the only place where I've ever been able to actually generate an income, and not just from here, but within my other businesses as well. You know,
Okay,
and just for my own personal value.
Can I just chime in a minute?
Yeah, of course you can.
Right. So when you're talking about giving value to people, I mean, because I'm not from this background, I don't know about
you. So you're doing it regularly now, Victoria. Apologize for cutting you, Victoria. You're doing it regularly now. Your post is absolutely amazing. You know, and I'm not just saying that just to make you feel happy or anything, but your post is really good. It makes me think to myself, oh, can I change my post? Maybe I can make my post be a bit more like Victoria's post, because your post is good. And don't get disheartened. You may be posting right now and not getting engagement, but if you continue doing what you're doing and do this simple daily method of operation, I'm going to make it as simple as possible. And that is basically adding 15 friends to your list of friends until you max out on 5,000. And connecting with 25 people. And connections, if you need me to demonstrate what I'm talking about, I'll do it right now. If that helps, let me know. I'll show you exactly what I do. And every connection does not mean, it could mean a phone call. It could mean I'm talking to Tom. That's another connection. It could mean that I'm commenting on a post, which I have, like, you know, sometimes I used to have around about 10 to 30 comments. Now I'm getting a bit stupid comments now. I'm getting comments over 50 to 100 to 200 comments it's not physically possible to respond to every comment. But what you want to do is strategically respond to comments. So if you see someone who you've already spoken to that wants to join your your business, whatever business it is, I don't know why I'm talking about mine, this is about you. If anyone wants to join your opportunity, you want to reach out to them. If you see them live commenting on your post, you want to reach out to them, answer some of the other comments as well, you know, be nice, you know, because you know, and Tom, if you want to ask anything, anyone who wants to ask anything while this is live, ask. So you really want to just reach out to people.
Want to join my opportunity, what is my opportunity?
Well, I don't know, Victoria, because one, it could be sharing the option of sharing millionaire mentoring, or it could be something else that you're involved with, or look, you know,
I'm not involved in anything else. So millionaire mentoring, what exactly are they offering? So it's for online marketers, basically.
So millionaire mentoring is for anyone that has a business online, or, you know, or so for example, coaches, you know, that's one thing.
Facebook Lives, right? Millionaire mentoring is Facebook Lives.
So millionaire mentoring is Facebook Lives within Black Ops, and it's also Zoom as well. So it can be Zoom as well. It just depends, you know, when they decide to do that. And this is the reason why they're making it. I'm sure, I know that they're really aware. From what I can see, I'm in the same position as you. I don't have any different information from you. So, for example, because I know in my other business opportunities, I know some people have different different information than I have, who are leaders within other businesses I'm in. So they have, within what I have, the information I have is exactly the same as yours. So regarding when it switches over to being a standalone program, what that basically means is it's not you don't access it for Coinbit Pro, and you don't access it from Exodus Elite. You're literally buying into Black Ops Live. And what Black Ops Live is going to do is show you how to build a list, because a lot of people don't know how to build a list. I never used to. I've got a list. You know, building a list basically is a names, email addresses, or phone numbers, contact information. Like, for example, Victoria, you know, within your industry, you're professional, you have a list. I'm not going to go into the details of what you do as a business, unless you want me to. But, you know, you have a list. You know, it's not online business, but it's the same thing. You have a list of clients, right? Yeah. Tom, same thing for you with what you do, without going into details of what you do. You have a list, you know, and you're from entertainment, and Victoria's from entertainment as well, and creativity, you know? So you build a list, okay? So you're taught how to build a list of qualified buyers, but you build a list, and you build those lists by, for example, when you're sharing a link, you don't just share a link. You share a link where people have to buy something, not buy something, but buy value. And when I say value, it could be anything from an ebook, you know, which we'll do training on a later date, or it could be, you know, they're downloading something like a motivational talk.
I'm really sorry. I have
That's
to go.
fine. That's perfectly fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Thank you so much. I'll watch the replay of this to catch the end bit. Thank you, Victoria.
Great to have you. Great to have you.
Cheers, Andrew. Cheers, guys.
Great to have you. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, in regards to all of that, you know, you're getting support in regards to. So, for example, if you're looking to share millionaire mentoring, it's not only for online marketers. It's for anyone. It could be, for example, it can be for online marketers, but it can also be for people that just want to make an income online, who have no experience with online marketing. Like, for example, yourself.
That would be me.
Yeah,
okay, but it's not happening.
Okay, and it's not going to happen if you're not following the actual daily method of operation. So if you want to explain to me what you do, I can help you. And if you want, what we could do is do that privately, because it's just me and you, or we can continue on live.
I would prefer to do it privately, to be fair.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up for the next 5 minutes and explain something. So basically, when people's joining Millionaire Mentoring, I'm just going to just share my screen and share something. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and show you something, because this will benefit everyone, and including yourself. And I want to make sure I have some time for you as well before I have to get off completely. So it's 2:37. It's okay. So, for example, whenever I do my daily method of operation, the first thing I do is I get up and I think to myself, okay, I do my morning affirmations. If I get a chance to, things are a bit different now, a bit difficult to do. You know, it's very challenging, but we've got to get on with what we need to do. Now, I do my morning post. So here's my morning post. And I've learned that if your post is too long, people ain't going to read it in the morning. But at the same time, if it's this short, people's going to read it. And if it's got a 3D picture, which I introduced you to recently, people's going to look. Because one thing I love about this is that when I move it up and down, it looks like I'm pointing at my head, that I'm moving my hand.
Right.
Yeah. And it says the most important person on earth is you. People can agree with that. So when you're doing posts that reaches out to people, that it's got to do with family, it's got to do with you, it's got to do with investment in yourself, your brain, your priceless development, success, accountability, escaping this laws of attraction, that's basically what I'm talking about. People can relate. And if you ask them, if you say, do you agree? It forces them to have to answer. It makes them have to answer. They feel no way, but they have to leave a comment really quickly. They have to answer, you know? So the majority of people have answered. And if we look at this, it's got 59 likes and whatever engagement and 49 comments. So on the average, every single person that's liked this has left the comment. Okay? Now, what I tend to do, just to share with you and share with everyone else, is when I'm doing my daily method of operation is I communicate with people. Now, this person isn't the best person to mention. So let's look for someone. Let's have a look and see who's here. So this guy here, I have spoken to him. He didn't join me. He joined somebody else, but I forgot about him. It's good to keep a note of who you talk to. He joins through somebody else, Matthew Ramirez. If I go in to a conversation, happy birthday, enjoy your special day. Thank you. Hope you and the family are well. And that's one of my connections. Even though he's already in the same opportunity as me, this is one of my connections, because what you're doing is you're giving value. And when you're giving value, that means having a conversation with someone, putting a smile on their face, changing their state. And it could be with anyone. It doesn't have to be someone
who's already in Black Ops.
Yeah, it's already in Black Ops, but it's just about having a conversation. So it doesn't mean you have to have a conversation with everybody who's out of Black Ops. Right. There could be a few people that's in Black Ops, but you're sharing your energy. You're building that energy level up. I don't know if you've watched Marvel, you know, and superheroes, they generate their energy from somewhere. They get their energy and then they build it up and then they throw it either in a punch or a laser beam, you know, for example.
Right.
You're building your frequency, you're building your energy. So, you know, hope you and the family, I hope you and your family are okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's put that in. And then, you know, leave it to it. Well, I've seen it said happy birthday, I've said thank you, and I've appreciated it, and I move on. Now, I have so many conversations, and this is the reason why I'm going to be doing Challenge 1000, because it's 1000 conversations. So you always want to be communicating with people. Now, as you can see, the first conversation I've had, well, I haven't had a conversation with this guy yet. Hope you and the family are well. Hope you and the family are well. Thanks. LOL. So what you want to be combining is your story. You want to be combining, so story, if you don't know what story is, I'm sure you do know what story is.
What do you mean by story?
Because you used to use story like a lot. So if I show you what story is here, add to your story.
Wow. Oh, right, your story, yeah, your FB story. Right.
Yeah, so you want to be, so Facebook algorithm loves Facebook story. It wants you to be social. So it wants you to engage with other people's stories. It wants you to comment on people's posts. It wants you to, you know, keep people staying on Facebook longer. So when people say Facebook hack, I know a lot of people will be like, what do they mean by hack the algorithm? It really isn't that complicated. All they mean is just doing what Facebook wants you to do. They want people to stay on Facebook. So if they see your post is doing, you know, they see people love your post, this is what's going to happen. Your following is going to jump to 1,000 like mine is. You know, it's going to go, you know, my friends is only that much at the moment. Okay. But when I first joined Black Ops, I reduced my friends down to 300 people. And I actually let people know I was doing it. I said, I'm deleting people that have no value. I'm deleting people that don't engage. I made it so obvious and so blatant that people started to know what was going on. And I just let them know, I'm going to delete you because there's no value here. See, simple post. I've learned that not only is my writing powerful, but if I add a picture to it, look at the amount of likes it's had and comments.
Mm-hmm.
And it's simple. And you could do this easily. Any one of you could do this, including yourself, Victoria.
Yeah.
You know, all you want to be doing is with your post, you want to be talking to the people you've already spoken to, who you're already building a relationship with, but you want to be using your post. So maybe this might be much more helpful now, because when you're doing a post now, you'd be like, well, I spoke to such and such, and they were telling me that they had this happening in their life. Then you could think to yourself, well, okay, I can tailor a post to them, but which will also make an impact on everybody else who's friends with me.
Okay.
So for example, no one can stop you but you. So when people make excuses and blame everybody else, I'm like, okay, well, I'll put this post out because this will touch you as well. And then when they respond to it, you then know, okay, then this person's responded to the post. I can now go back to them and have a conversation with them here on conversation on actually typing here, which is another connection. So when they say add 15 friends, and then you're having 25 connections. Now, I don't do 25 connections. I do roughly, on a good day, I do around about 70 to 100 connections, which is really easy to do. I do about 30 comments on my Facebook profile, because if you see how many comments I've already got here, it's very time consuming.
30 comments, I mean, you respond to 30 comments.
I respond to 30 comments on my post, yeah. Right. So about 10 on each post, if possible, or 5. Sometimes I respond to probably more than that. It's not lie about that.
And that's what you call and get it getting 25.
That's a connection. That's the 25 connections.
Oh, I see. So it's just basically engaging.
Is that helpful? Is that helpful?
Yeah, because I thought 25 connections was adding 25 people.
No, you add 15 people. You can add up to 100 people. Sometimes Facebook allows you to add 200 people. I think the most I've added in one day, roughly about 100 to 200 people.
But then sometimes when you're just adding people without having a conversation, then it's like, well, what have you added me for? You don't even know me.
Okay, well, that's what happens there. I love you mentioned that, because when you add someone in a conversation, what I do is I always, and I know some people's had problems with this, but there's nothing wrong with it, because if you say hello to someone, you're going to say hello to everyone, right? So what I tend to do is I have copy and paste message. Some people know it's a copy and paste message. Some people don't care because they know at least you're reaching out to them and you're not selling them a business.
Right.
So what I tend to do, and this is what I do, I'm going to show you something so it's helpful. So let's have a look at example. I go here, I go, and it's some people, and the thing is I use this message and it really works really well, because a lot of people is already in what we do. They will know straight away. If they do the training, they're going to know, oh, this person's already in millionaire mentoring. Some people don't know that.
Yeah, I would say that you can with some people you can tell by what's being said that they could be in the millionaire mentoring group.
This is an indication for a lot of people. If they see this message and they've been following the training like you have, they will know straight away this person is in millionaire mentoring. And many people said, oh, welcome to Black Ops, when they've seen this message if they're already in it.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about quantum physics. I'm reaching out through my phone to say hello to you, which Darren explained. So happy new decade. That's my little add to it. You know, just to, so they're talking about what's currently happening. Why? Touch base, say a quick hello. Find out what's exciting happening in your life right now. Exactly, simple as that. And then what I do is I do this. If they don't respond, it's cool, because what I do is I remove every conversation that's not responding. I do this, ignore message.
Okay.
And then I go here and I go, this is people you may know, and this is spam. They go into spam. So when they go into spam, I decide if I want to block them. For example, this guy here, I thought he's a bit weird. He shared my post, but I still blocked him. He says he's got 12 Facebook accounts. Do I want to be friends with him? No. Why have you got 12 Facebook accounts? Fair enough, he shared my post. It was really grateful. I'm grateful for it, but now it's blocked. No one can see it. It's public though, so probably still people could see it, but he's blocked, so he can't see it. So you see, I've blocked him, and there was nothing wrong with the conversation. It was just the fact that he was a bit weird. He never had any pictures, but I always reach out to people as soon as I add them. So a good example, if I go back here quickly, okay, let me know if this is not helpful. I'm running on battery now. Like I'm going against battery power. But anyway, let's go on. So every single person I connect with, I have a conversation with them. So for example, I've added this lady again, not realizing I was already friends with her.
Right.
So she added me back and she's still not responding to my message. So therefore, what do I know? I am not adding her as a friend again. In fact, I'm blocking her so I don't make the mistake. Because she just doesn't engage.
CEO.
She doesn't engage. She doesn't engage. So what's the point being friends with her? I might comment on her post.
What would be good, Andrew? Say if you was looking for people, like looking for an audience, could you go onto people's profiles and by what they're doing for work, or how do you choose what people you add?
Oh, I love the fact you mentioned that. So I'm going to show you. So now I know who I like to add as a friend, as a business
just jump
partner.
on a few profiles and
so
just
here you go, friends.
Right. Yeah.
See that?
Friends. Yeah.
All right. So now, this person here, I already decided I'm not adding them as a friend. Look at them. Why do people look for the worst quality picture that we can't take proper pictures anymore?
Yeah, but for me, take that back, go back a minute. I mean, I would be looking for the fact that, okay,
what we're looking for is personal development. Has she got anything to do with personal development? Can you see anything?
And she's got nothing under there where it says what she is, or so it just says her name. It doesn't say what kind of work she does or anything. I mean, is that important?
Not all the time, because then maybe they have a post. Yes, thank you for checking on us. You see, he's responded back. I'm still showing him value, even though I wanted him to join me in business. He knows that, but at the same time, I'm still showing him value. You see him there? The guy that I said hello to? He's already just joined me in the mentoring.
Yeah.
See?
So going down the page.
What's that saying? Newly promoted. Someone's in business here, isn't it?
Yeah, congratulations, newly promoted. Right, yeah.
So what does that mean to me? She's in a business that I know someone was in who's now bankrupt and now left the company.
What? How do you know that?
Because he told me. I'm still good friends with him.
Oh, the guy. No, I'm talking about this lady's page. I'm talking about.
Oh, I know the company, because when you're in this industry and you're talking to people, you know everyone that's in network marketing. You start to familiarize yourself with the businesses, you know. So I know Revita U, what they offer is rubbish, from what I've been told.
And so then what's happening?
So now I'm gonna. So now I'm gonna accept her, because that's the key. See how I accepted her? But if I find out she's not of the same crowd, I'll find out if she's got a family. Is she the type of person I want to be in business with? Right now, she's clearly doesn't know what she's doing because she hasn't got good pictures.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So things like that. I mean,
that was an indication for me. She's in our industry. That post was the indication she's in our industry. So that's why you would add.
Online. She's in online. She's in the online industry.
Exactly. And not only that, what you're looking for is people that's on their quest for personal development. They may be like you. They've not got there yet. For example, I'll give you a really good example, because this is what I do. What I tend to do is there's a lady here, and I was about to delete her, and she's from the music industry background, and I haven't spoken to her ever. So I was like, okay, let me reach out to her before I delete her, because a lot of people do this automated deleting. I don't like doing that. So I was like, Stacey Love sounds familiar. Why do I know her? Oh, because I used to support Unsigned Talent. So I went in to look at her post, and I was like, this is the post that done it for me. Whereas she doesn't post that often. Oh, it seems like she posts a lot more now. There was a post. I don't know if I can't find it. I can't find it because maybe she's posted quite a bit since 24th of March.
So she posts quite a lot on her page, doesn't she? So she's because you get some people where you go on and they haven't posted since January.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a post she done, and this is what made me realize this is the person I need to connect with. She done something about affirmations, and I reached out to her because of it. Okay. Just looking for it, if I can find it within the time frame I've got without being interrupted. Let's have a look. See, where is it?
So basically, we're looking for people who are kind of in the industry, in the online industry.
Yep.
Into personal development, and you can tell by that by certain posts, like you say, affirmations posts and stuff like that.
Yep, exactly that. And the other thing as well, you want to know exactly who you want to be in business with as well. So
that's somebody up, and I can't find it. It was a list of questions.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There's the post. This is the one that made me realize this is who I need to be in business with.
I love spirit science.
Meditation is key to tapping into your subconscious mind for reprogramming, and she loved the comment. So then I went out to her. Let me show you. We can do this next time on private as well. So look, just started having a conversation with her. I was like, okay, this is definitely the person that would want to be in millionaire mentoring. This could help her. And I didn't realize that she had the skills or knew anything about it. So my first message to her was in 2013.
Right. Okay, so that was before you was in millionaire mentoring.
Exactly. And can you see what I did with her? I spammed her. I told her, I sold her on something she would never told me she was interested in. I sent her some massive message. I gave her my pin, my BlackBerry pin, gave her my links, and it's like, what the hell is this? And she never responded. So then I sent her a message on the 23rd of March. I also gave her something of value, my affirmations, and she reached out.
Oh, thank you for the morning affirmations. Thank you.
And you may not have a morning affirmations, probably not, but you have a post of value that may help her. So you might have had a post on meditation. You'd be like, oh, I see you love meditation. Look at this post that I done on meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you might not have a post on meditation. Maybe you watch someone on meditation and you was like Deepak Chopra and you're like, hey, look at Deepak Chopra, he done meditation. So you start a conversation. You've built a rapport. You now have something in common with each other. So then the conversation starts. Where are you from? UK. I tell her how many kids I've got. She tells me how many kids she's got. We've got 2 things in common now. We carry on talking. She starts telling me, you know, teachers at your child's school, oh dear, you know, I'm showing my vulnerability. She's, you know, this could always be paused and slow down on the recording. Remember that.
Okay, so when you said to her, what's your profession? What she say? I work from home. Okay.
So she's a DJ. And then I started to know how we're connected. I told her my passion. She told her passion. Now, one thing Darren has told us, and which I didn't take on board straight away, which I'll share one other time, which is already in a recording anyway, is that when I first spoke to the second person I spoke to, which was Emmanuel Wadrin, who's given me a lovely testimony, who's an award-winning musician, I had a long conversation with him. Darren says this: once you've got a rapport, get out of the way. Don't be don't be Oprah Winfrey. So I'm going to show you an example of that. So there you go. This is the conversation. You can always go back to this and slow it down. On the recording, she's told me how much money she wants to make. She's also told me that it's double what she takes in. So I'm like, okay, cool. I already know. I don't even have to ask how much she earns. She's told me how much she earns. So then I've gone in. I've told her. I shared everything with her. She's now stuck at telling me more about that. So now she's thinking. And she looked at that at what time? 2 o'clock. So it's 55 minutes. She hasn't responded back. Leave her to it. So a good example of someone who I spoke to who's already joining Black Ops and who's already decided, but because we're shown how to do this, how to share an opportunity, share with people stuff, they don't know they don't really pick up on the fact we're from the same thing. Because a lot of people will be like, well, if I've spoken to someone and someone else has spoken to them, they're going to know that we're from the same thing. Well, clearly not. Because this guy here is joining Millionaire Mentoring with Jeff Niket. But I went through the whole script with him. He never even spotted it.
And he's already in there?
He's joining soon. He hasn't joined yet. But he said 10 to me as well.
Right, okay.
And now he wants to join me in another business opportunity, which I'm not going to do. Because he's already told me he's joining somebody in Millionaire Mentoring. I don't want to be going in there and taking money from him, which he should be putting it into the other person who showed him about joining. I'm a man of integrity, as you know, Victoria. You know, so
yes.
I had a conversation. So here's a conversation.
Yeah. People who have low income. What is he saying? He wants to make...
Oh, where are we? 50 to 100,000. So I'm going to move it as slow as possible, but at the same time, I'm going to bear in mind time. And I don't want this to be longer than... I want it to be under an hour at least.
So where have you come to the closing question? Have you got that with him?
Coming there now. Ready there. See? Ready there.
Right. How serious is he? From 1 to 10, he said 15. Yeah.
And then carry on. I don't change anything. I use exactly the same script as what we've been all given. But I mean, then I'm like...
Today, the guy said 9.
Then you just find out why they're a 9. You know, you just dig in and find out why they're a 9 and what needs to get them to, you know. And then he realizes what this is. He then realizes after I sent that message, he then realizes, oh, this is Millionaire Mentoring, you know. And then he tells me who it is, and I'm cool. Okay, cool.
He said what?
He realizes it's Millionaire Mentoring.
So how does he know about Millionaire Mentoring? Because
Jeff, who's supposed to be interviewing me, has
Oh, Jeff Niket spoke. I thought he said this guy was Jeff Niket.
No. Jeff Niket he had spoken to.
Right.
So he's already in. So I was like, okay, this is the second time this has happened. This is how I know that I'm very close to, you know, making some big money, because I've spoken to 2 people that said yes to me, and they're in. One was already just joining within an hour after our last conversation. He joined me in a mentoring. So when I was about to say, hey, join, I realized he was already in, because I always check. So, okay, going back to adding people as friends. This is how easy it is for me to add people as friends. So I need to just put on my timer.
I just need to see what kind of profiles you go for. What would you say no to?
So my audience, the people that I want to have things in common with people. So one, I go for people that have kids. I like fathers, mothers, people that's like in their personal development journey, and they want to give value. So motivational speakers, personal development coaches, people that's already in the business, that understand the business.
This is what you're saying. That's what I'm thinking. It would be a lot easier for somebody.
It's very easy. Let me show you. Like this person here, no picture. Why am I going to add them as a friend? They've got no picture, and it's just obviously crap. So straight away block. So they can't do that again to me off that IP address. You get better at this because once you know who you want to be in business with, you would know. Like for example, if someone's got 307 mutual friends, I want to know if they got a bio, can I bring them into Find a Born Leader Within You? Because remember, I've got my leadership group. I'm not just about millionaire mentoring.
So you see, so you see like this guy's page here. So he's saying he's a success coach, professor of happiness. He's got all these little bits of information there. He's not branded, but he's got a pretty decent picture at the top.
He's a straight, yes.
So yeah, he's just recently posted, so he's actively posting. So somebody like that, yeah, you'd add him straight away then.
He's a straight away. For me, no, because of the reason why unless he's got less people in Black Ops as friends, then yeah, maybe. But I would still add him because the difference between me and most people is I have a people. Let me not say I, but together as the community with our team, we have we're building the #1 peak performance leadership.
So do you know all them people there? Are they all in Black Ops?
One person is Pierre at the moment, but if I go to 311 mutual friends, let's have a look and see.
Friends?
Two people so far. 3. Okay, let's have a look. How many more people? Because I know majority of the people that's on Bops.
Right.
So far there's been 2 people. I don't know everyone, but I know most of them. So there's 2.
Teresa Miller's in there.
Okay, so there's 3 people so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think 4. Craig as well. He looks familiar. So I spend a lot of time in Bop's community, which you do as well. I've seen that as well. I've already spoken to Guadalupe fella. He's already said he was a 10.
Right.
I've already spoken to him. Kim, spoken to her.
All these mutual friends that you've got, yeah, are a lot of these online marketers or do something online?
Anyone I'm in connection with usually have something online. They're doing something online or they're a coach.
Right, okay.
So for example, if we go to Randy, he's a crypto dollar exchange.
He doesn't say that. Oh, he's got there at the top. Yeah, crypto dollar. Can you scroll down his page a little bit? Because he's not branded or anything, is he?
No, he's not. And at the same time, I realize I haven't had a conversation with him either. So this is another way I get to, communicate with people. I'm like, okay, I haven't had a conversation with him, so I need to get at him and leave a comment. But we'll leave that for now. Let me go back to him. Come out quickly.
Can you just scroll down his page a minute? Let me see what his page looks like. Oops. Because someone like that, I wouldn't have thought to add them.
Well, he's got 2,679 friends, so he seems to be okay.
But online, isn't it? So because he's in crypto, I suppose that's an online business. So.
But you know what? Let me share something with everyone on here. When I first started adding friends, I didn't add them. I didn't know who I wanted as a target, who I wanted as as friends. So what I tended to do is I literally just went to. This is what I did. I went to add friend and I went add. Just didn't even look at them. Just add. So then I'll go back and I'll be like, how come the hell have I got these people as friends when I did? And I wouldn't even remember because I wasn't keeping track. You have to remember this is a business. Do you really want to be in business with this person? You want to. That's what you want to think about. So let me just explain.
Not back to that lady there because she's saying she's an entrepreneur.
No, I don't know if I've gone past her.
Was it? I didn't really see her. I was just writing something. But there was a lady that you just clicked on who was saying she's an entrepreneur. I mean, are they the type of people that we want to add?
Yeah, of course. Anyone that was an entrepreneur, anyone that hasn't got branding, anyone that's in personal development. I think you're talking about this lady here, Kelly. Yeah. So you want to add her. How many friends has she got in common? 75 friends. So you want to see who's she friends with. Is she 75 friends all in Millionaire Mentoring? But this is how easy it is for me to accept people. I'll look at them. Wallace, I would add, but he's got 277 friends, you know, but I'll add him because I know that he's serious. He's already got looking at the camera, he's showing teeth, he has an understanding.
Right.
You know, I would add him. Michael, no. Nishit, no, because what I'm going by is I'm going by their profile picture. I haven't got time to go and look and see what they're about. Ki Ho, I wouldn't add them, but because they've got a backdrop of outside and about, I'll have a look and see what they're about.
Like customized page for your business that's
Yeah.
online.
Yeah, so like for me, it's very easy for me to delete people because I know who I want as a friend. I like this guy here. Let's have a look at him anyway. Every day, new beginning, take a deep breath, smile, and start again. His facial expression says no.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it would be a no for me. I wouldn't add him as a friend. I want him as a friend. This person here, can't even see him. No. Once you know what you
going down to 2% at the moment, so I'll have to.
Okay, so that's it. So that's basically it. So you need to know, like, this. Good that we're finishing off on this. Is you need the best way to finish off to start your business is know who you want to be in business with. If you don't know who you want to be in business with, you're going to struggle. But once you know who your target audience is, and who you actually want to be in business with, it will no longer be an issue. You know, it would
As
be
I was
so
saying,
simple.
there was somebody that had a list of. Oops.
Oh, what happened?
I'm sorry. There's somebody that had a list of questions to ask to find out what your perfect business partner is. I can't remember where I've seen it. Have you got anything like that?
Oh yeah, I put that in here. I put that in 10x. I put
Is
that
it
in
you
there.
that put it in there? Is that where it is?
Yeah, I put it in 10x. But
Right, okay.
I'll get that back. I know I was putting more detail into it, but the simple. You know, the thing is, what you need to master is, well, not master. What you need to do is, first of all, find an audience, add the people that you want to be in business with, reach out to them, have a conversation with them, start a conversation with them, and then continue having conversations. What you really want to do is just keep on, and what we call this in this industry is adding value. You want to change people's state,
Can we just
get
elaborate
out of their
on
way.
that adding value? Can we elaborate a little bit on that adding value?
So, for example, if I can share your profile, Victoria, let me show what adding value looks like with your profile.
Well, when you say
value basically means you're giving back to other people. So it's very simple.
Something that they can learn from, or something that's going to help them in some way.
Exactly. You see, you already know it. Sometimes I know it can be a lot of jargon, and fair enough. So, for example, you've got your branding done. And then someone goes to your profile, you've changed their state automatically because you've added your bio, because you listened. This isn't provided in the coaching training. This is me adding my value to you. So in Millionaire Mentoring, it doesn't say put a cover photo and then put your story underneath it. That's my value to you. That's what I am giving to you. So when you did that, your likes went up, your comments went up, because people can now, they see you're a professional. They want to know if they want to add you as a friend. They're listening, they're going into your story. You're changing their state so many times when going through this story, you know, and you're leaving them in a better place. Okay. That's value. That is value. Okay. That's value right there. And then you've added your Facebook group. They go on here. You are your only limit. You're giving them, you're just reaching out to them, talking to them. They're thinking to themselves, yeah, I'm my only limit. People invest in themselves, go further. You're like, yeah, if I invest in myself, I will go further. You know, fall in love with your mind, body, and spirit. Oh my gosh, that's so true. Why am I taking for granted my mind, body, and spirit? You know, they go in, they're like, oh, okay, let's see what she's posted recently. Okay, everyone's talking about COVID-19. What's she posting? Oh, this is something funny. She's taking a different twist. Okay. Oh, she's spiritual. Okay, let's read this post. What is she saying? An infinite of life where all is perfect, whole and complete, and yet life is ever changing. So now you're giving people a different perspective of what's currently happening and showing them a positive side of it. That's massive value. Short post, simple to read. You know, it's coachable. You're following the coachable. I've loved it. I've shared it as well, as you know. You know, I've shared your post like 3 times in valuable groups. And I'm like, okay, damn, this lady has taken up the challenge. Congratulations.
I did, yeah.
You know what I mean? Well done. Unfortunately, I haven't as yet started. I'm looking to build my audience.
Well, that was supposed to be going at 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock today, but because of, you know.
It's fine. It's fine. You've done it. You've done it.
Life gets in the way, and, you know, but it will go out today.
Well, from what I can see, life has definitely got in the way. You're doing it. And congratulations. You know, you're doing everything we're told to do. You're celebrating people. You know, your content is all valuable, like, you know, so put a smile.
I am getting it. I'm slowly getting it. I'm getting it. But I think for me, like I said, mainly the thing was I just wanted to understand what the millionaire mentoring was, what it exactly is that I'm selling to people. Personal development.
All right, first and foremost, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to get off the video. I'm going to wrap this call up. We'll have to do another training call.
No, let's just have a private call in a bit, you know.
So basically what I'm going to share with you is millionaire mentoring is, first and foremost, the first thing people are buying into, like Emmanuel, when Emmanuel Wadrin first joined me, who's on this call, hey Emmanuel, is he bought into my value. But before he bought into my value, he bought into his own pain. He knew what he wanted. I reached out to him at the right time, you know, for him, which was the right time for him. And he was like, he was on a quest for personal development. I didn't even know that. I just reached out to him, and I'd never had a conversation with him before. And I reached out to him, and we had a conversation. We didn't do a video call. We didn't do a voice now. Coming off now. We didn't do a voice call. We just had a type conversation, which I'll share with you again, because I've shared it before, but I'll share it with you again, maybe on a private call. You know, Emmanuel will be cool with that anyway.
On a private one. Yeah.
But most importantly, what people are buying into, whatever business you're in, for those of you that are watching this on a replay, they're buying into you. It doesn't matter if you're giving away free cars. It doesn't matter if you're giving away holidays. It doesn't matter what it is, the product, the service, whatever it is, they're buying into you. You are the person of value. They see you as a leader. They're buying into you. They want to be in business with you. So before anything else, even if your business changes, they're buying into you. So whether you stay within Millionaire Mentoring, they're buying into you. When you remember that, it's not an issue no more, because you know that even if you leave Millionaire Mentoring, they're going wherever you go because they see your value, and you have loads of value. For those of you that are watching this video right now, whether you're watching the replay, watching on live, you have massive value. You are a leader. You've showed up, and you're committed to your personal development. Thank you for joining.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. And reach out to me. I'm always here, man, like you know. Okay.
Okay, then no problem. Thanks.
Brilliant
Bye.
having you. Thanks for your questions, man. Thanks for your input. You made this live. You made this training video. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Thanks. Bye.
Very welcome. Bye now.